boom, so boom, so boom. What we saying, guys? It's been a couple of days off. I need to really get myself a new laptop so I can just get this thing up and running. I'm playing games. I'm playing games. I'm looking into it. I'm looking into it. Give us a chance. Give us a chance. All right. So, what we saying? Manchester United finally do it. You know what I mean? I was hoping for them to bottle it. I was hoping for Chelsea to do a comeback and get a draw. I mean, really, I wanted a Man United loss, but Chelsea do not look good at all. I mean, people were tipping Chelsea to challenge for the league. They look rubbish. Rubbish. The goalkeeper, we said last season he was pants. They didn't address that. What? Who we talking to? Who we got here? Charlie boy, what we saying? Big game tomorrow, Chris. Thought you'd be getting your rest by now. Charlie. It's just another game for me, Charlie, tomorrow. You know what I mean? I'm not even thinking about tomorrow right now. But if you want my thoughts on tomorrow, Charlie, because I do have thoughts on tomorrow. 3-0. 3-0. Arsenal. 3-0, 3-1. That's it, pure and simple. To Arsenal. Arsenal should not lose to Man City. We've got too much about us. We're too settled. I think losing to Man City, losing to Liverpool, you can kiss the league goodbye, in my opinion. In my opinion. The man said, turn it in, turn. Don't worry, Charlie, tomorrow you're going to have egg on your face again. Remember last time it was 5-1? We smacked you up, slapped you up. Remember, Charlie? You was humble that day. I just feel it should be reminiscent of last season. It should be. We really should do a number on Man City tomorrow. But I also said that against Liverpool when we did do a number on Liverpool. That's because the manager he had fear in his heart. Sorry, let me rephrase that. It should be 3-0 tomorrow. We have all the attack, all the defense, everything perfect. But if the manager shows fear, Charlie, kiss it goodbye. If we start off, if you see Marino, this is what he's gonna do. It's gonna be Marino, Rice, and Zubimendi. That's his go-to safety midfield. And now he's got these new terminologies that he likes to call the substitutes. And now like he has certain players who he calls finishers. So I ain't done too much research into this. It just caught my attention today, and I only just skimmed it really. But Arteta's been deploying tactics from rugby. And rugby have finished. They have a squad, whatever they have, their 11 man, whatever. And then they've got the squad, and they've got players on the bench who they will call their finishers. So when it's time to get the finishers on, they bring the finishers on, and that's what Arteta supposedly is implementing. So let's see if it was a fluke or whether this trend is more of an exception and it becomes the norm. So let's see. He will always be Pep's son. Remember, he says. Arteta is gonna come with that negative approach. It will be your downfall. Well, let's see, Charlie, because I can see him doing that, but I can see him also bringing on doing exactly carbon copy of what you saw midweek. Carbon copy, Jordan. What you saying? This is a Manchester United segment today, but somehow, some way, we've slipped into the Arsenal. You know, people are obsessed with the Arsenal. I get it. Cool, blimey. See, that's looking crazy. It's looking brazy, you look. Ush, ush, ush. You can't even code that up. When it's like this, it looks calm. You think, oh yeah, he's calm. He's bent over, and it's like, what? What? Jeez Louise. Told you lot we would win. End of story. Well, to be fair, Jordan, you were lucky because Chelsea went down to 10 men early doors. Um, you're both rubbish, but you're worse. The Bruno goal, so margins obviously, so I can't even say fortunate. This is football, but it was the goalkeeper getting sent off, which just ruined the whole game. And the game plan was out the window, really and truly. So we can't even judge Man United off this, but it will breed confidence. It should breed confidence. Who do you have next, Jordan? That's the main thing. I mean, I thought he was going to come out these next two games, which was City and Chelsea, with two losses, and I thought at max you'd get a draw. But you ended up trumps with 3 points, beating Chelsea just about. It's a shame you didn't go down to 10 men earlier. But I think Maresca, the damage was done. I don't know. I don't know what he was doing. He made too many subs too early, and yeah, just got it all wrong. It was a mess. Maresca, it was a bloody mess. Man's in need. Listen, Charlie boy, my trim is next Tuesday, not this Tuesday, the one after. Sorry, Wednesday the 1st. I think it is Wednesday the 1st. Man is due for a trim. My barber went on holiday, bro. He went for 6 weeks. A skunk. Can you believe it? He went for 6 weeks. And I tried to get a booking. I booked it too late, even though I knew when he was coming back. I knew the day he was coming back, the night he was leaving. And I should have messaged him, but I thought, let me leave him. Let me leave him. Let him enjoy himself. Because at the end of the day, he's my brethren's brother. So he's my brethren too. So I thought, let me leave him. Let me leave him. But it looks like I've started my winter arc too early. Far too early. So I will be shaving it off probably another 2 times before the winter arc begins. I mean, the winter arc's really meant to be the 1st of October, isn't it? For me, the winter arc starts when the clocks go back. That's end of October, no? So, I don't know. I don't know. Wash and slap some bruv, all castor oil will do is just clump it together and make it look thick. Trust me. And the back piece is going as well. It's very thin here. And it's going, bruvs. I can't believe it. I know I'm 40 years old, but I see some 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds, and the thing is perfect. And it ain't hair transplant, it's just crisp, natural things. I'll never forget about 20 years ago, my brother's dad. I've told you about this story before, but there was one time we was playing indoor football, yeah? And he was bald. Bald. And then he went missing for like 3, 4 months. I was like, "Where's my man's dad?" And oh, he'll be back in a few weeks. Cool. He came back, bro. I didn't even know it was him. I said to someone, "Where's Cam's dad?" I thought he was coming back this week. They said, "That's Cam's dad." I said, "Who?" They said, "The brother running down the wing." I said, "What? She's got hair." They said, "Yeah, got a transplant." It was wicked. Look, wicked. I'm telling you, it was wicked. One of the first transplants I ever seen. I mean, I could do one. I mean, what they'll do for me, they'll do it here, bang, bang. It look crazy. I'll be looking too young. I'll be looking too crazy. And then they do the whole back piece as well. I'll grow. The first thing I'll do is grow an afro. That's it. I'm growing an afro. That's the first thing I'll do is grow an afro. I'm doing it. That's what I wanted to do 10 years ago was grow an afro, but it wasn't. It was the corners had gone, and it just looked like a hat. So, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't do it, bruv. Strong beard though. I mean, bald. I look all right, bald. Look, looks all right. It's not bad. But I like options. I can't even get the line in my hair. I used to get a line and everything. Can't even do that. Oh, buckler. Guy bald is a madness. Like, why isn't there a solution for this? Jack, I'm good. How are you? How are you, bro? I'm talking about my hairline. I don't know how I even got to the hairline. I think I whipped off my hat and I just saw a quick piece and it had me shaken. Now, the first time the Clippers ever touched the back piece and it touched my scalp, I said, "What was that?" I said, "You got new Clippers?" Barber was like, "Nah." Talk about Wenger. What do you want me to say about Wenger? The greatest manager to ever be. Did you see him talking to Gareth Bale? I loved him talking to Gareth Bale. Stop washing your head with boiling hot water, cold water. You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. I barely wash my hair. Man's getting the Zidane. I know, Jordan. I'm getting the Zizou, bruv. I'm getting the Zizou, bruv. I miss cheeky sport, you know. I ain't gonna lie to you, Jack. I miss cheeky sport, bruv. I actually miss it. And I remember a few times me thinking, like, I appreciate this. Like, we have to appreciate what we're doing. And it was like, it was actually levels because we had a studio, mics, someone filming it, someone edited. This is before I was doing everything at the end. But we had someone doing all that. And it was like sick. Do you know what I mean? There's people struggling. And we had camaraderie. We was just brethren. We just became brethren. I don't know what it was. We just all clicked. It was crazy. I used to work with Jack at Graham Daily, so obviously me and Jack was already had a rapport. And then I don't know, Big J and you know what it is. Big J's a family man. I'm a sucker for a family man. And Joaquin was an annoying entrepreneur and an annoying Man United fan. And I've got time for that as well, you know what I'm saying? And then Jack was just Jack, the young bull. I was the cameraman before. Remember, I was the cameraman behind the camera, and it was Troops, Charlotte J, and Joaquin. Do you remember that? It was them, and then I used to speak off camera, and then eventually I came on camera when Troops he just got too big, he had to make a decision. AFTV or Cheeky Sport went obviously AFTV. Do you know what I'm saying? Vega is one of the older ones who got Vega's hair. Yeah, Vega's hair is beautiful, bruv. Vega's hair is fantastic. That episode with Hacks was lit up. Oh yeah, I forgot we had Hacks on the show. Big J and Joe, our sellouts could have sold the rights. Nah, you can't call that man sellout. They did, and Big J is doing his murky thing, and Joel's doing his thing. But they're not sellouts. You can't call them man sellouts for that. What they've done is fantastic, really. I mean, it was a dream to have cheeky sport. I don't even know because I came on last minute, and obviously I came on too late probably. And I just tried to implement some things, but it was too late because Dave had gone, and that's when it was a slippery slope. But by the way, these are my opinions, not facts, um, or my observations, I should say. Um, but yeah, it was a great journey, and COVID kind of obviously put a real halt to that because we didn't continue. Um, we stopped doing the Zooms, and other channels had come about. Now, other people, it was their turn. Joel was going in a different direction. Jermaine was going in a different direction. Akeem was going in a different direction. Jack's going, and I'm going this. So that was it. That pastures new, guys. It's a shame. It's a shame because it was a beautiful time. It was wicked, but you couldn't beat the studio link up. That was, I think, going from the studio, having that privilege, and then going to the Zooms and stuff. It just wasn't the same. Even though we should have kept it going because as soon as COVID and all that was done, we had an opportunity to have a studio and go back to the studio. But for some reason, that again was at crossroads. That's where we had to make decisions on what we want to do in our lives, and you've got to respect it. It's a shame. It is a shame, but I hear you, man. I hear you. I hear you. But they should have sold the rights to me and Jack. You're right. I know. Even Joaquin. Oh, Joaquin. You know what? That's the surprising thing. Joaquin loved it the most. I'd say loves it the most. You should hear him tonight, gassing his tits off. He says he would come on. He's going to come on a live tomorrow if Arsenal lose. Only if Arsenal lose, he'll be on a live. So I don't know if that's a compliment in a distant football thing. I'm not sure. Big Mike said, "Nah, sit back. Can't afford you." But you got to understand that though, Jordan. You have to understand that from a business standpoint because they have to work with Manchester United. Do you know what I mean? Since they can't be working with Manchester United, I'm on here cussing Manchester United non-stop. to the point where Charlotte's got to agree with me on some certain things. You know what I mean? Then he's got to go and walk into the building and try and broker a deal for Big Mike and them. It don't make sense. It don't make sense, bro. It don't make sense. It don't make business. It don't make dollars. End of. End of. And you gotta understand that. I understand that because you don't want to jeopardize what you're. Because this is fun. This is meant to be seen as a bit of fun. We're not out here trying to lose bags or uh, lose relationships with people because man's got a funny take. Do you know what I'm saying? Because football Thicko Cheeky Sport was never serious. It was there for entertainment. We was WWE. Listen, you see me in a mic. You used to get me in a mic and it's a different story. I thought I was the rock when as soon as I walked in there and I saw the mics, I said, what? We're gonna get our own mics? They're like, yeah. Of course, I was like, yes. I want this at every show at the beginning. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. I used to remix the thing together. Then just sit there, don't say nothing, leave it to Akeem and sit on the fence. Bust a little joke and done. He don't need to give an opinion on the club. We would understand. Robbie's a different entity. Arsenal don't really work with AFTV like that. I don't think, but they have obviously, and I don't think Arsenal were looking. I think they're just bamboozled by the numbers. I don't know. That's I used to love Big J's shoulder all the time, and it was instinct. It wasn't even planned. It was always instinct because he'd say something. I'd be like, bro, or something mad. I've just got you got this emphasis. It adds. You ever seen Bane? You see Bane in Batman when he puts his hand on my man's shoulder and says, "Ah, you feel in control." Cheeky Sport would have got big. I would have got huge, bro. Because we was already big. This is the thing. This is the beauty of. And this is why I did this in hope I could get some crumbs off Cheeky Sporting. But as we was coming to the end, obviously people don't. I don't know. Anyway, it's just not good enough in it. But I tried to get some crumbs, and because I made 100,000 subs at one point the podcast that we was doing the show. At one point, it was getting around 70,000 views. And then there was a dip to 30,000, but obviously, I think view counts have changed or whatever. Dip to 30. So these are probably true views. Dips to 30. COVID hits, and then that's the only show now on the actual channel is the Cheeky Sport Pod. So with that being the case, and there was no shorts at the time, none of that stuff. If there was shorts, we could still carry on because you could make 10 pieces of content from the one thing. And there was no football Instagram influencers like as big as that. It was like AFTV and that's it. There was no like 360s. There's no everyone reposting. There's no filthy fellas because filthy fellas come after. There's none of these things. You know what I mean? So it's like okay, interesting. There's a market. Oh no, so I'm guessing. Filthy Fellas wasn't around, but not as influential as it is today. But yeah, you know how the story goes. Joel spoke to them, and Rio took him. Yeah, facts. Rio saw it. Rio was coming to the. Rio was needed the someone with the know-how, and Joel had the know-how, so it makes sense for Joel to be like, okay, I can either have 100,000 or whatever. Do you know what I mean? I could use this as a brand. I'm gonna work on this. It's a smart move. These are smart moves. He's like, oh, because that will perpetuate me in a different light, put me on a different pedestal, so that I can take all that I've gained when it's time for me to leave that and start my own thing, or do, like it'll just make me bigger and better. That's exactly what it did. Made him bigger and better. Sick. These are good things because he could take another path that doesn't work out as well. Do you know what I'm saying? And man's a forgotten man, but he's stayed consistent, stayed dedicated to the cause. And it's not easy work as well, because my man is outside. Outside. These men are outside, all of them. They're all outside working their nuts off, bruv. What played the part also? He was actually becoming a football thicko. So he was on to Messi every episode. Who was? Big J sent Mbappe. Listen, and that's why Big J can't be. That's why he doesn't want to do football shows, bruv, with comments like that. Do you know what I'm saying? It just jeopardizes everything. Man said Rashford's better than Owen. That was then. Imagine him talking about Rashford today. He'll be in tears, bruv. You want to see what these man be? You want to see what we'd be saying in the group chat? That man are upset. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about all Man United fans. Man are upset with Rashford and Garnacho. I get Rashford. I don't get. If I'm honest, I think he was just a scapegoat. Everyone's onto Messi, and not me, bruv. Messi's my goat, bruv. One of my goats. He's in my goat conversation. Messi's like the Kendrick Lamar of football. Do you know what I'm saying? Like someone had to surpass Tupac, which was Ronaldo. He's got Kendrick Lamar in Messi. That eh, discography perfect, metaphors perfect. Do you know what I'm saying? Everything perfect. Could do everything. Genius player. What more can I say? No, Big J was on to Big J. Yeah, Big J. Listen, Big J just said some crazy things sometimes. Obviously, Joaquin said the most craziest things, but that's Joaquin. That's Joaquin. But I'll leave it there, guys. I'll be on tomorrow morning. Big game, as we said. God knows how we ended up talking about transplants and cheeky sport. Oh, because Jet, where's he gone? 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 Jet Life got me involved. Jet Life. Anyway, love you, man. Tomorrow I'm gonna be on tomorrow morning. Let's get a morning show. I ain't done a Sunday morning show in a hot minute. Don't worry, we're getting one in tomorrow morning. Love.